Zach and Lydia realized that they were now in the academy's waterway. When Lydia saw a machine that was like the ones that give the school power, she decided to take a look at it. "Don't touch any of these things," Zach said. He didn't know what Lydia's plans were. "You have a better idea?" Lydia asked. "Yeah, I sure do. Let's find a caretaker so he can fix this," Zach suggested, but his suggestion was soon turned down. "Zach, you know that he's nowhere to be found, but let's see if we can get this thing working again," Lydia suggested. As she got to work after a couple of minutes, Lydia got the machine in the works working again, and Zach was amazed. He didn't know Lydia could fix these things in machinery. "You fixed it! You're amazing! How do you fix things like that?" Zach asked. "Let's just say I had experience in repairing stuff," Lydia replied as she and Zach walked around until they saw a door that leads to another room. "Let's move these tools and see what's behind that door," Lydia said as she moved the set of tools out of the way, and then she opened the door. When Zach and Lydia walked in the next room, it was the machine room. "I'm having all this trouble because of that darn potion," Zach groaned, still frustrated with the whole dragon potion thing. "Which potion?" Lydia asked. "The one the students made me drink. As you could see, I was changed into a wolf while I was knocked out," Zach replied. "That's awful. I'll be sure that the students who did this to you will apologize to you," Lydia said, standing up for Zach. "Yeah, thanks," Zach replied. Then Lydia saw some weird machine and she looked at it and thought of it for a moment. "What are these machines?" Lydia asked. "It looks like we found the machine room," Zach said. "This room gives the whole school power, and the caretaker checks them every day to make sure that nothing is broken and that everything works right." "Well, let's see if I can get the whole school power," Lydia said. Then she worked on the machines and then worked on them until she got the whole school power. "It looks like the machines are working now. I bet there's no machine you can't fix," Zach said in amazement. He was still amazed at Lydia's skills. "I did this since I was 12 years old, and I made money by repairing these things," Lydia explained. "Wow, I hope everyone can be as good as you," Zach said, as he and Lydia walked all the way back to the entrance hall. And when they got to the gate and opened it, there was a way to get to the other part of the school. "We can get to the second section of the academy now," Zach cheered. "It's all the way in there. Are you sure you're allowed to go there?" Lydia asked. "Yes, I am. I'm a student teacher's familiar," Zach replied. Then Lydia and Zach went up the stairs till Lydia stopped and Zach looked down at Lydia from the top of the stairs. "Lydia, what's wrong?" Zach asked. "I don't feel good, Zach. Lydia began, but she was having another vision. "Father, wait!" Celeste called from the enchanting hallway. "Yes?" Nathaniel asked, looking at his daughter from the lower ground. Celeste began, but paused. "What do you want to tell me, Celeste? Hurry up. I don't have all day," Nathaniel asked her impatiently. I miss you, Father. You never had time to spend with me. You always use your work as an excuse to run away," Celeste stated. Her father didn't seem to care. All he thought was himself. "Is that all?" Nathaniel asked. "Don't you understand that I need you, Father? I love you. Don't you love me?" Celeste asked as she burst into tears. "If you need to talk to me, I'll be in my office. And one last thing, Celeste. Grow up already. This kind of crybaby talk doesn't suit a girl your age," Nathaniel said as he walked away. He was sure acting like a lousy father. "Celeste, why did you leave?" Nathaniel asked himself. "Nathaniel, what happened?" Lydia asked in her vision, but although she wasn't really there. Nathaniel began, but paused. "Where is Celeste?" Lydia asked. "I missed you, Celeste. Why did you go away from me?" Nathaniel asked, but no answer was heard. "What's going on in here? Nathaniel, answer me," Lydia demanded. "No, I can't keep this away from my task," Nathaniel sighed as a set of students were walking up the stairs. "Where am I again?" Lydia called out. Her voice echoed through the stairway. "Zach?" "I'm here, Lydia." "Damn, you walked fast," Zach replied. He finally caught up to Lydia. "Zach, I had another vision, but it was different than the first one," Lydia replied. "This looks like it could be following the clues to what we found so far. They went together, and that will make more sense," Zach stated. "What is this place called? I never came here before," Lydia asked. "It's called the Whispering Stairway. The only way to the second section of the school is through the Guardian's Hall just up ahead," Zach replied. "Upstairs! That's where the students were heading." "Which is odd, as if they were in a panic or in a hurry," Lydia said, as the first two visions were slowly beginning to make sense. Right. I bet the teachers will be able to help you with the visions that you're having, Zach said, as Lydia then found a stone door which she wondered what it was. Great. This door doesn't even have a handle or even a lock. If this is a real door, if it is, how am I supposed to get into this room? Lydia asked. If I'm right, this door can only be opened by magic, Zach replied. When Lydia and Zach got to the door where leads to the Hall of Guardians, Zach wanted to know about Celeste. Lydia, can you tell me more about Celeste? Celeste and I grew up in a small village far away from here. She lived there until her mother died. When her father Nathaniel became the school director of this academy, they moved here. Now that she's invited me here, I can't wait to see her. But I haven't seen her since I got here. Lydia sighed and then walked up to a large door and then knocked on the door. State your name, stranger who seeks to enter the Hall of Guardians. Three booming voices can be heard. What's that voice? What do I say? Lydia asked. It's the Guardians. Quick, answer them, Zach whispered. I'm Lydia. I'm accompanied by Zach, who is as in the Grandmaster of Nightingale, Zach stated. After that line was said, the door to the Guardians Hall opened. She turned to Zach. Zach, you okay? No, it's fine. I'm fine. Can I stay here? Zach asked. No way. You're coming with me, Lydia replied as she and Zach walked into the room. Are you the three ones who spoke to us for the door? We are, the Guardian said. Who are you? Lydia asked while stammering. We are the stone golems, guardians of this academy. We protect this against intruders. By order of Nathaniel, only students and school staff. They can go to the upper section of the school, the Guardian said, but Lydia was really needed to get up to the second section. But I really need to go there. The area below is empty, Lydia protested. Candidates are not allowed to go further, the Guardians replied. Zach, say something. Tell him to open up the way so we can pass, Lydia suggested. I'm Zach. I'm one of the ones who is in the school. Can you please let us pass? Zach asked, but the Guardians didn't listen. We already answered this question. Only students and school staff, they can go to the upper section of the school, the Guardians repeated. Are you really in this school? Lydia asked. Yes, I am, but they probably didn't notice me that I'm a wolf. I wonder what Nathaniel's up to. Why would he not let anyone go up the stairs? Zach asked. Why would he stop them from coming back down? Lydia replied with a question. Why would he do that? Zach asked. He had no idea. I have no clue, but if we could find out down here, we'll find out what's going on from upstairs, Lydia whispered. Let's go somewhere else since these guardians won't let us pass, Zach suggested. He and Lydia went back downstairs into the Whispering Stairway. It was very safe that Nathaniel had blocked the upper section of the school, but now only students and teachers can pass them. Maybe we'll find another way to get up, or they'll help us to get a way to go up there, Lydia suggested. I wonder if anyone's up there. Who would foil his plans? Zach asked when Lydia had an idea. For me, I could dress up as one of the students and the guardians will have to let us pass, Lydia said, but Zach didn't approve the idea. That's stupid, Lydia. You won't fool them with that. We gotta try to get the guardians to help us, no matter if they want to or not, Zach replied. Then Lydia and Zach walked until they found a window and let them see through the dinner hall there. You could see the dinner hall from here. Looks like it's empty. It's always good to have a nice meal with friends, Lydia said to Zach, but was disappointed that it was empty. Yeah, I'm always sitting by myself, Zach sighed sadly. Zach, it doesn't matter where you sit. The people around you laugh and share good times, Lydia replied, only trying to cheer her friend up. Dragon seats in the dinner halls have always been the same as before, Zach stated. So when does dragons sit and eat, or sit on chairs at all? Lydia asked. It didn't make sense to her. Oh, it's because... Shh! I hear something coming from down the stairs. Let's go check it out. Hello? Anyone there? Zach called out, but no one was there. He and Lydia then walked down the stairs till Lydia saw a brass key on the floor, and she picked it up. Why is this key doing here? Lydia asked, while picking the key up. Well, the students steal the caretaker's keys all the time, Zach replied. Well, maybe he lost it, Lydia suggested. That could be too, but I believe when we find out what happens down here, Zach said, as he and Lydia walked down the stairs and then went up to a set of stairs to the caretaker's office. This little brass key fits perfectly. Let's see if anyone is in this room, Lydia said as she opened the door. She and Zach walked in. Sorry to walk in here, but no one answered and... Hello? Darn it! It's like empty like the rest of the school. The door was locked and no one was in here. So that means the caretaker locked his door when he leaves, that he might not come back for a while until later, Zach suggested, or come back at all. Lydia replied. Then she saw a staff that had a dragon's head on the end of it. Look at this beautiful staff. Huh? My name's on it. Could it be? For me? Even maybe a present from Celeste? Every new candidate who comes to the school gets a staff like yours, Zach said. Really? Lydia asked, stunned at that every student has one. Yep, every new student gets one here, Zach said, and Lydia went to the caretaker's desk and saw a parchment paper on his table. What's this old parchment? Lydia asked. She showed it to Zach. I don't know. It wasn't there when the last time I checked, Zach replied. Why would the teacher's familiar come to the caretaker's office? Lydia asked again. Oh, I was delivering this message to my master, Zach stated. You said it wasn't there the last time you came here, Lydia replied. Right, but my master wanted this message to be delivered by next week, Zach explained. Alright, I'll keep this parchment with me until I can have a discussion with you and your master, Lydia replied. You can't do that, Zach said. Oh, why not? Lydia asked, still crossing her arms. The caretaker will be mad if he finds that you're messing with his stuff, Zach replied. I'll be in trouble for the next few years anyway. Do you remember the stuff I wasn't supposed to touch since I came here? Lydia asked. Then she picked up the next parchment, and I had a letter of sending Lydia back home was a bad idea. Send me back home? This note doesn't make any sense. For what is see here, the caretaker wasn't in any hurry when he left, but he didn't finish writing this note. Right, maybe he didn't have time to finish this note when something was going on in the school, Zach suggested with a statement. But they wanted to send me back home, Lydia replied. We'll fix this as soon as we find out what's going on in this academy, Zach said. They told us that they shut everything down, but I just don't know why, Lydia wondered. She walked into a safe area where there was something inside the cabinet, which is safe. If someone catches us, I'll tell them about what is going on since you got here, Zach stated. That's acting like a thief. We'll be finding out the clues of what's going on around here, and since you're with me, you don't have to worry about getting caught, Lydia replied. Zach replied nervously. After a couple of seconds, Lydia got the safe open and she took off what was in the safe. Look at this jet jewelry. I love the things like that, Lydia replied as she took the circlet. We found the caretaker's most coolest things ever, Zach stated in amazement. What does it do? Lydia asked. It lets you read the magical language that is written in the school, Zach said, and if that's true, you should be able to read on the map on the wall now. Lydia looked up at the map, and she can understand the magical language now. I can, Zach, and I can understand the writing. This will help us out, Lydia declared with joy. And not only that, we can read what's in the notebook now. But I think the caretaker will not be happy with us playing with his circlet, Zach said, still wasn't sure if it was a good idea. If we find him, that means we won't be alone anymore. And when we do find him, we won't need the circlet, so we could just give it back to him, Lydia said. The two walked out of the caretaker's office, and they heard something flew past them. Lydia, did you hear that? Yes! What was it? Zach asked, but as Lydia heard as well. Yes! What was it? Lydia asked. I don't know, Zach replied. Maybe this means we're not alone anymore, Lydia said hopefully. She and Zach walked all the way back to the entrance hall, and they turned to see some writing on the plate. I can read what's written now. Lydia began to read the plate. It says, and I quote, inspired by the dragons who were in this vale, and at the time that Nightingale and Winter Owl made this school by using wisdom. Then they noticed that power will be won by using magic, and when they know about magic cannot be used without balance. Lydia then had something in her mind. Nightingale. Zach, is this your master one of his heirs? Yes, Grandmaster Nightingale, Zach nodded. He and Lydia then went up the stairs and got back to the Guardian's lair. How can I get to the upper part of this academy? Lydia asked. You will need to become a student, the Guardian replied. How will I do that? Lydia asked. By passing trials, like every candidate does, before they can become students of this academy, the Guardian stated. What is a trial of allegiance? Lydia asked one of the Guardians. It will test your knowledge of the school. You could find the answers when you're looking for it, the first Guardian told her. There are rules to this, young one. If a Guardian tells you the answers you could find, It will be cheating, the second guardian added. My brothers are right. I can only wish you luck. The first guardian finished. Can you tell me what the trial of wisdom is? Lydia asked the second guardian. It will test the wisdom held in you, and it will be runes that is magic in this school, the second guardian replied. I would like to learn more about the trial of Trump before I face you, Lydia finally said to the third guardian. Fear has always been the human's weakness. The fear that is all humans are being scared of things that has done before. If you succeed or fail and go back to where you came from, never to be returned. The guardian of Trump has spoken. The third guardian replied, How can I open the doors to the trial rooms? Stand free magical doorways. No magic words you must say. Fully made of stone. No handles or locks do they wear, and it can be opened by a student's wooden spear, the guardians replied. The student's wooden spear, yes. I have it because I found it in the caretaker's office, Lydia replied. You will need to turn your key 3 times and then knock on the floor and point at the gem at the end of your spear, the guardians finished. Shh, are you trying to get us killed? Zack whispered. We know. We're still working on it, the guardians whispered, but Lydia nor Zack heard them. Zack and Lydia then went all the way down the stairs until they first found the first trial room door, before the last set of stairs to the entrance hall. Do as the guardians told you, and it should open the door, Zack instructed. Let's just hope this works, Lydia replied, and in just a few seconds it'll be open. Zack nodded. If the instructions they gave us go like this. Turn your key 3 times, knock on the floor, and point at the gem. Lydia did what the guardians told her, and within a few seconds, the door shattered and was opened. Cool, it shattered the door. Lydia and Zack walked inside the trial room, and Lydia knew the first one was a test. I'm so stressed. I hate tests, Lydia said, shaking her head. Come on, Lydia. We don't have a choice if we want to foil Nathaniel's plans, Zack explained. Zack, Nathaniel's like that. Lydia tried to explain, but Zack cut her off. How could he use the guardians? Just to make sure that no one will come and disturb him while he comes up with his evil plans? Lucky for us, he forgot about you, Lydia. Yeah, about how you wouldn't be able to pass the trials to try to stop him, Zack said, before Lydia took out her temper on Zack. Zack, enough! Nathaniel is one of the sweetest people I know, and he's my best friend's father. I'm not standing here listening to you badmouth him, Lydia replied with crossing her arms. But, Zack trailed off, but nothing. I'm sure he'll be able to tell us what's going on in this academy. Now let me get to this trial, Lydia said. After a few seconds, Lydia had passed the first trial, and I did it! I passed the first trial, Lydia cheered. Yeah, but there's still 2 more to go, Zack said, sounding down all of a sudden. God, can you be even more negative? Lydia mocked. Sure, even if you pass all the trials, the guardians might not let us pass, Zack said again. Oh my god, what a dragon will be so negative of what's going on right now, Lydia sighed. Dragon? I'm just a damn wolf. The way things are going, I doubt it's going to change anytime soon, Zack replied. Look, we'll get through the trials in no time, as soon as we will be at the upper part of the academy, and there'll be plenty of people to help you, Lydia said as she and Zack went to the balcony of the school that leads to the 2 rooms, but Zack was scared. Wait, I don't want to go on, Zack said. He was shaking like a leaf. Zack, you're shaking. Are you alright? Lydia asked, walking to comfort the wolf. Yeah, I'm fine, Zack said, trying to lie, but Lydia wasn't falling for it. She could tell that Zack was scared. Come on, Zack. You're scared. What's wrong? Lydia asked again. I'm scared of heights, Zack admitted. A dragon scared of heights? Lydia asked, sounding confused. Yeah, I just can't stand heights, okay? I fell and broke my wing when I tried to fly for the first time, Zack replied. Oh my gosh, are you going to be able to go on? Lydia asked in fear. I will try. Please try to stay away from high places like this, Zack told her. Lydia and Zack then went to the door. Come on, Zack, let's go back inside, Lydia said, as she and Zack walked inside and to see a few ripped pages. It came from the notebook that they found. A few new ripped pages from the notebook. We found it as it has some writing about nidulous fruit that grows on the nidulous trees, said Lydia explained. She and Zack then found the second trial room door. I'm really starting to enjoy this, Lydia said as she repeated what she did at the first trial room door, and then got the whole door to glow blue. And then the door then shattered. They walked in, and they saw that the stairs were moved. Great! I am now. How am I supposed to get to know where the trial is? Lydia groaned. I remember this. Teachers move the stairs when a candidate passes his trials, Zach replied when Lydia spotted something. Look at here, Zach. There's a broken window on the other balcony, Lydia pointed out. Broken window? Maybe that's the reason why everyone's missing. Hurry, Lydia. Let's get out of here, Zach screamed as he tried to run away, but he then tripped over himself. Calm down, almighty dragon. What you mean is that we need this lever we need to press it to move the stairs, Lydia said as she pressed onto the lever, and then the stairs moved to the other balcony. See? We just have to move the stairs till they reach the other balcony. Lydia and Zach then went to the study room, where Lydia saw a magical lock on the door. What the heck? Why did they put a game on this door? Lydia asked. It's not a game, it's a magical lock. Teachers lock this door to keep students from using the other study when this one isn't full, Zach explained. So you think you can use this door to imprison someone? Or something? Lydia asked. Yikes, you might be right. Are you sure you want to open this door? Zach asked nervously. It could be dangerous. Danger or not, we must find out, Lydia replied. After a few minutes of the puzzle, trying to figure it out, the door burst open with an owl flying out of to the other room. Hide! It's the beast! Zach screamed. Ah! Lydia screamed as well. I told you not to open this door. Now that creature's lost and we're in danger, Zach said in an annoyed tone. Wait a second. We don't know if this is the other study is dangerous. Was only just a bird. Now stop being a scaredy cat and follow me, Lydia scoffed as she and Zach walked into the other study room. Celeste, can you hear me? The school is so empty. My wildest dreams. I wish it was never like this. Lydia sighed sadly. Lydia, you're doing great. I never fought anyone who have made it this far, Zach said, only to try to cheer Lydia up. I'm just not happy that the school is empty. If only if we could find someone, Lydia replied with a sigh. It's okay, Lydia. I'm sure we'll be able to find out what happened to Celeste and the other students, Zach reassured her, as Lydia found the second ripped pages of the notebook they found. Another few pages from the notebook, Lydia explained. She and Zach walked until they were at the pantry. They just passed by the dining room. If you climb through this window, we might be able to get through the broken window in the trial room, Lydia suggested, but Zach didn't like the idea. What? Are you crazy? If you fall, it'll kill you, Zach screamed. I know there's another way to get to the second section of the academy. Another way? Lydia asked. Yes, I know there's another way. Change me into a dragon so I could fly you up there, Zach said. But the problem, Zach, is that we still need the things for the potion to turn you back into a dragon. Lydia and Zach saw the lift that goes up and down the other room. I wonder where this lift would take us to. Do you mind getting on first? I'm not sure if I'll fit. What? You want me to send me down here alone without knowing what's at the other end? Zach asked. Oh, all right. I'll get in first, Lydia sighed. She crouched down and got on the lift, followed by Zach, and the other two went down the lift. As soon as they got to the end, Lydia and Zach were in some sort of wine cave. What is this room? Lydia asked. I don't know. I never came here before, but some students said that they've never been here before, Zach replied. It's some kind of wine cave, Lydia explained. I've never known that name. I must have heard of that wine cave, but I wasn't sure if this was it, Zach replied. It's funny if I remember this. Celeste's parents used to have a wine cave like this where we used to play when we were young, Lydia explained. Good, and now that it's empty, we can leave this place, Zach said. Lydia went to see there were barrels that belonged to Mistavio, the merchant that she met on the riverside. These barrels must belong to Mistavio, the merchant I met at the riverside, Lydia said as she and Zach went through the basement into the academy's waterway into the forest. Lydia, I just know something, Zach said, but Lydia stopped as if she wasn't feeling well. Zach, please don't leave. Lydia stopped as Zach ran into Lydia. Lydia, what's wrong? Zach asked. Celeste, what a wonderful surprise, the tree spoke. I'm sorry to wake you up, but I just came here to tell you about what I found. Look, Celeste said, as she showed a picture of her mother to the talking tree. That's a pretty painful painting of you, Celeste. It looks realistic, the tree replied. No, you don't understand. It's not me. It's a portrait of my mother, Celeste explained. Oh, well, if she was here, I'm sure you would have been mistaken for sisters, the tree said. I know, it's how much we look alike. Celeste then looked down at the picture, and then noticed that the tree noticed that Celeste looked unhappy. "What's wrong, dear?" the tree asked. "You seem troubled." "Since I look just like my mother, why doesn't my father love me that he loves her?" Celeste asked. At the grave of Ilana from the childhood, Lydia, Nathaniel, and Celeste were sad on the day that Ilana died. "I'm so sorry, Celeste. If you need anything, I'll always be there," Lydia said to reassure Celeste. Celeste looked up at Lydia and sniffled. "Thank you, Lydia, but nothing will ever replace my mother." Celeste sobbed. "Poor Celeste. I'll never forget that time on such a sad day," Lydia sighed. She still remembered the day Ilana died. "Your father and I are still here, Celeste," Lydia said, trying to comfort her best friend. "Get up, Celeste. It's time to go. Crying won't do any good," Nathaniel said. He got up and started to walk away, as Lydia and Celeste followed him.